Hello class. In this video demonstration, we are going to go over using the different tools that we covered thus far to create this assignment 7. I previously showed an example of working with the pen tool to create an outline silhouette of Mickey. I haven't finished it all just yet, but you can see some of the pieces that I have so far. Now what I want to do, I'm not going to create the entire silhouette in this example, though I do want you to create them. I want to show you how I can use these tools. Let's see, with Donald, I'm going to be using the pencil tool. So let's go ahead and select that pencil tool right now. Hidden underneath the shaper tool is the pencil tool here. And I'm going to zoom in. You see I'm really zoomed in. And I'm going to switch my stroke and my fill here so that I could actually see it. And right now I'm using the mouse. And what I want you to do, I'm going to go ahead and go right here and just to the best of your ability. So you can see this isn't the most straight line. That's okay. I want you to go about in creating a stroke outline. I think I'm only going to create a stroke outline of Donald's head. So you see I'm doing this in different sections. And because I'm using my mouse, I'm assuming that many of my students don't have a tablet stylus, so they're going to be using their mouse. But if you do have a tablet, great, use it. So right here, I'm just adding some of these details on Mickey's head. Like I said, I'm just going to do his head right here. Great. Right here, I'm not gonna continue right here. I'm gonna continue from over here. Remember, with this tool, with the pencil tool, it allows you to continue to add as long as you're going in the same direction. You see, I don't like that one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it all over again. So you are able to further edit these shapes after the fact. I'm gonna go right here. Gonna kind of go up and over. And notice how I'm trying to do it in small sections. Right here, I'm going to do this over again. So I'm going to go right here and come back around. Oh, too large, too large. That's a little bit better. Now the thing is, I want to make sure that I go in the same direction. If I do something like this, these aren't going to connect. But there is a way to connect these. I would have to select both of them. I'm going to use my selection tool, select both of these two paths. Now I'm going to go back to my pencil tool, excuse me, and I'm not going to go from here to there. I'm going to start right here and go in the same direction, and that connects them. So I'll show you again. Say if I have a path that goes right here and another path over here that don't connect. Let me connect these first. I'm going to use my selection tool to select both of these paths. I'm going to go back to my pencil tool. I could either start right here, but I want them to have a smooth connection, so I'm going to go past them. Now I need to select both of these. Since the last tool that I used was my selection tool, I'm going to hold down Command or Control on my keyboard. Command for an Apple, Control for PC, for a Windows PC. So I could connect these there. And I just need one more area to connect. Okay, and this right here, now these are already highlighted because it's the same path. I'm going to go here to go there. So what I was able to do on this one, this was creating a stroke around his head. I'm going to switch the stroke for a fill, and I get something that looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and deselect, Command Shift A or Control Shift A. I'm not going to worry so much about these little areas because I'm using the mouse, and doing it this way does not necessarily give me the most exact representation, but it's really close. So I would continue to do this for the entire outline of Donald. Now I'm not going to do it right now to save you some time, but I think you get the idea. Now I'm going to switch to Goofy, and let me go ahead and switch to my layer. I want to highlight it, and this time I'm going to use my Blob Brush tool, and with this tool I want to make a smaller brush. This tool, if you recall, I'm basically filling in, I'm painting in kind of like my shape. As long as I have the same color, it's all going to add to it. So this one, we're kind of already filling in my shape, whereas with the other tools, we kind of create the outline first and then switch uh, to the fill color. What you could always do as well with this one, this image is kind of low resolution, but you could always zoom in. Say I want to clean that up. Here, let me continue to zoom in. I'll do that a little bit later. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And you could do something like this where you're just going to fill in the shapes. You can see how pixelated this image is. Let's see, like I said earlier, I am using my mouse. I'm just trying to be really careful, trying to be really steady to create these shapes. Because then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in all of those shapes once I get an outline. So I zoomed in so that I could have more precision. And right now I'm just creating the outline for his head. Now for you, the student, I want to remind you that even though I'm only doing the head, you are required to do the entire caricature, head to toe. Now, I'm only doing the head for demonstration purposes. I'm going to zoom out. Let's see. You can see I have this right here. And I'm just going to use my brush, go back and forth to fill in this area. I'm going to make a slightly bigger brush that fills in a bigger area faster. So once I'm done with this, I still have the ears and those lashes that he has. I make this a little bit smaller, zoom in, so I have a better control. There we go. Let's see, where's his ears? I make a smaller brush. That brush that I have would be too large. I'm going right here, and I'm just continuing to outline this shape. Now one thing I want to remind you is that if you do mess up, or if you want to clean it up after the fact, you could always use the eraser tool to go in and clean up some of the different strokes that you have. So I'm almost done with this, one of his second ear. Okay, now I want to get a slightly larger brush just to be able to finish up this area here. Alright, now I'm just coloring. And then the next thing that we have is those lashes that he has up in front. I'm going to create a smaller brush. Notice how these aren't connecting here? We could connect them in a moment. Yeah, this is a good opportunity to, I'm going to switch to my eraser tool. And make a smaller brush right here. Just kind of clean up this shape a bit. There we go. Now if I want all of these to be connected, I'm going to select them all. And using my Blob Brush tool, I'm just going to go over where they overlap. And select these. Oops, wrong tool. I'm going to select these, and here you go. I'm going to just overlap them. Now, I don't necessarily need to connect them, but you can see by going over them with the Blob Brush with the same color, they're all connected. So for yourself, I only created a portion of these silhouettes. I want you to go about creating all of the silhouette. For each one of these tools, make sure that you label them correctly. You can see over here I have Donald using my pencil tool, Goofy using my Blob Brush, and Mickey using the pen tool. So this is your assignment. Let me know if you have any questions. Have fun with this, and I'll see you in the next video.